Dobrze. Rania. Η Λένα λέει να τη βάλουμε μέσα.
Όχι, όχι. Ladies and gentlemen, very good evening from Greece. I'm Rania. I'm a global STEM educator, researcher, chief executive officer and board member of IIU recently and country director of IIU for Greece. Today, I have the great pleasure to launch a brand new program, Coffee Showtime with Rania, which is organized and supported by IIU. This new program attempts to explore different fields through interviews with important and eminent personalities from different areas of human activity, such as finance, politics, and of course, education. And it aims to give listeners an overview and at the same time an in-depth analysis on the subject of the day. A lot of love and enthusiasm has been invested in this project, and we hope that the outcome will match your expectations. So we're looking forward to your active participation. And of course, I want to thank IIU and especially Bius Pandi for launching this program. We are apologizing for postponing our first session program. There were serious reasons for forced us to do that, but we will keep in touch with you in order to let you know when Hatem Sliman from Tunisia is available for another session. International Internship University is the first virtual global university building a better and brighter future for all young learners. It is committed to providing quality, accessible, affordable, skill-based virtual education to all the young learners of the globe with the aim to provide internship opportunities and research facilities. IIU is metamorphosing the conventional education system by cutting down the additional costs and providing access to more than 1,000 courses and internships to their e-learners across the globe. IIU has been accredited, affiliated with the World Education Organization and International Accreditation Organization, collaborated with all the world's top universities, educational institutions through the platform of massive open online courses. Today, IIU has spread its wings in 195 countries and 6 continents, and the person who is behind the success of IIU is none other than the founder, Bius Pandi, a committed and inspiring social activist, a passionate educationist from the last decades, providing education to students from various social and cultural backgrounds, possessing excellent administrative, verbal communication, written skills, a next-generation speaker and passionate writer, the founder of Svarna Bharat Parivar and chairman of Bius Group. Hats off its dedication and his hard work. So today we are going to explore the fascinating world of 3D printing houses, which could mark the beginning of a new era in the future of home building and maybe of a new architectural trend of the time that comes. And today we're extremely lucky and blessed and honored to have with us 2 very special guests, George Staikos from Greece, who lives and works in Germany, and Dr. Frank Röschinger from Germany. George Staikos is a very good friend also, has been the managing director of the company, Nico in Anasbau. And in 2015, George founded the local internet channel Becum Info. In 2019, please pay attention, he was the initiator of Germany's first 3D printing house, which was built in Becum, and I feel extremely proud that the Greek entrepreneur has made the 3D printing house in Europe a reality. And I'm very happy that Greece is actually a pioneer in this field. Dr. Frank Röschinger is also our second very special guest. He's an ophthalmologist and sports medicine specialist. He has been a good practice in Beckum since 1992, has been president of the DRK District Association, variant of Beckum, for 15 years, and has also been president of the oldest carnival society in Beckum, the J. Naripit, for 10 years. He's a founder and board member of the Röschinger Foundation. So today, these two remarkable personalities and their whole team will go to talk about their technological breakthrough, because they have created a pilot 3D two-story house built in Beckum, which had the full support of the state, and it's considered as a milestone of the 3D concrete printing technology. It has also been given the approval of the inspection of buildings, and this achievement, of course, has received an award of innovation. We're going to discuss all this in details. Before proceeding with the interview, I would like to give you a small taste of this incredibly amazing building, because words can't express the magnificence of a technological accomplishment like this. It's a breakthrough that can inspire a lot of engineers all over the world. So let me share now my screen. Is it possible to share my screen? Can you enable me to share my screen? Okay, maybe later we can see some photos. So, George, what inspired you to come up with such an innovative idea of a 3D printing house?
Hello, Rania.
What was your inspiration?
Was hat dich inspiriert, mein Lieber? Okay, was hat dich inspiriert?
You inaugurate our first session. Good evening, Frank. Good evening, George.
Good evening.
So
Good evening, Rania.
We're very lucky to have you here, and we're very excited to learn new things and talk about this innovative spark that you have inside you and how you can transfer to us this spark.
I will do my very best. I will do my very best. And your first question was what inspired Yorgo. We discussed this subject, and it was simple, I think, as he is in the construction building business, and as he is always interested in new things. He found a film, I think a YouTube video about 3D printing processes, and then he thought about doing it for himself in his hometown here in Beckum, and he started.
Mm-hmm. And how did this 3D printing process in home building work? I mean, what are the materials you use? How is the process?
Oh, the process, you need a team. The first thing, you need a team of experts. First thing is you need the printer, of course, the machinery. The second thing is you need the printing material, the cement. And as we are here in Beckum, and Beckum is the heart of cement industry in Germany, even worldwide. Beckum is very, very famous for producing cement and also for building cement plants and machinery and all that equipment. We had a lot of things and a lot of specialists here together. And so the team builder was Yorgo. He is the team builder. That is one of his favorite things. He's really a very, very good team builder. And he collected all these people. And then we had a Danish plant who supported us with a printer. And as we are here, we have a lot of laboratories here who are trying to find out about different cement qualities. they provided the cement, and then we started right away with the printing process on a special area which we found, and it worked.
So what are the materials exactly that you use? I mean, these materials are friendly to the environment. You know, how resistant is this?
No,
so
up to now,
about
not.
The material?
Yeah. Oh, excuse me. This material is a normal cement. It has no ecological footprint on its own, not yet. Maybe when we continue in the discussion, we can talk about this, because our next project will be much different, because then we plan to use much different materials for the printing process. But this first house has been built with a normal cement, without any ecological footprint.
How many members were in this team, and how long did it take you to build this house?
Wie viele Mitglieder? Du hast gesagt 4 Mitglieder im Team, ne? So,
drei Mitarbeiter haben wir.
Yeah. In fact, it were only three people, not more.
Noch 10 haben
Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh, there were 150 people looking around, but working, printing. There were only 3 people.
And how long did it take you to build this?
In fact, the printing process, you must imagine, the printing process lasted only 100 hours, 100 hours overall. But we only printed, of course, we only printed the walls, only the walls. The walls have been printed. The ceilings have been constructed in the normal way. But nevertheless, the whole building itself has been printed. And this printing process lasted about 100 hours. The whole construction of the building, of course, with everything, with windows and doors and electricity and whatsoever, lasted about 5 to 6 months.
5 to 6 months. It was your first attempt, right?
Yes, it's a prototype. It is a prototype. It was a prototype, but the result is incredible. The house is ready to live in. You can next month family will move in and live in this house with all the things you will find in a classical built house.
And how resistant is this house, for instance, to natural disasters?
Of course, you have to shut the windows and the doors when it's windy and stormy. But we have very, very strict regulations here in Germany. And this house is absolutely safe, and it's strongly built. And we are referring to all the demands we need here in Germany concerning the regulations. And therefore, this house is absolutely strong. We already survived some storms right now. I think you have heard about things which have happened here. We had thunderstorms and tornadoes, very, very spectacular. And having to, of course, climate change is a theme here. And this house is very, very strong. Yeah.
Wow. So that means that what happens with the license, the legal framework? I mean, it was easy. It was easy to get a license.
Die Lizenzen hast du relativ gut gekriegt. Du musst noch mal eben beantworten. Was war das mit den Lizenzen?
Ja, das war schon in Deutschland keine Gesetze.
Ja, ja, genau.
Und wir waren im Ministerium und haben gesprochen, wie kann man so eine Haus in Deutschland bauen.
That is interesting, the question, Rania, because up to now there were no regulations in Germany, or no laws. Nothing existed, because it's the first house being printed in Germany. Therefore, Yorgo, George had to talk a lot and to discuss a lot, and he even visited the Secretary of Building in Berlin and others, and everyone was very friendly to him. But I think that's normal. Everyone is friendly to George. and he got all the licenses, and it was, in fact, it was no problem. It went very fast, and that's really, really strange about Germany. I must tell you, it's more difficult to get a driving license in Germany than to get a license for building a 3D home. And I hope that this will continue this process.
Yes, because there is a huge bureaucracy here in Greece. We all know, and I suppose in Germany too. So this was actually a miracle how you overcome this bureaucracy.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are the benefits of this independent house for a country, for the citizens? What do you think? What are the benefits?
Yeah, of course, the benefits are, first thing is you don't need a lot of manpower. There are only a few people have been involved in the process, and then the time, you are very, very fast. I told you the printing time for the whole building were only 100 hours. In fact, 4 days, then everything was ready. And of course, you spend a lot of time. You don't need so much time. You spare time and energy. So, in fact, it's of course it's cheaper. It's cheaper constructing a 3D home than building a normal home, especially when you have more when you're building more homes. But this was a prototype, of course. But we are now able to build 10, 20, or 50 houses like this, and then this will be very, very interesting, of course, concerning the costs. Especially manpower is very, very expensive in Germany, and also time. And therefore, this was the main benefit right now concerning this prototype.
Mm-hmm. So how much a normal house could cost, and how this trend could have an impact on house pricing in general worldwide?
Sie fragt jetzt nochmal nach den normalen Hauskosten, die wir haben, wenn wir in Deutschland ein Haus bauen und wo wir hier wirklich sparen können. Was würdest du sagen? Könntest du das in Prozenten ausdrücken? Wie viel Prozent wir sparen könnten?
Also unser Ziel ist, dass wir 10 bis 15% sparen können auf der konventionellen Bau.
I just asked George, and he says that we plan, or that we think that we can be 15% cheaper than building a traditional home. 15%.
Wow. And this, of course, will have an impact on the whole house pricing, right?
Yeah, we think so. Yes, we are very optimistic that this will be the fact, especially when we. But continue with your questions. I think there will be other details we will find out.
Mm-hmm. So can you please explain us what bioclimatic architecture is, how it is related to your project? Can you explain to our audience what is bioclimatic architecture?
Our next project will or is already in the planning process concerning this theme of bioclimatic architecture. Meaning that we try, of course, to print our next home with an ecologically footprint, especially concerning the building material. We are going to use another building material, which is much more friendly to the environment, and the type of building we build will fit perfectly into our landscape here. And we also try to use special techniques for being totally independent from carbonizing materials. So we try to build or to construct the next building one step further and much more elaborated than the first prototype now.
Mm-hmm. So it's actually a way of designing buildings based on the local climate, right?
Yes, it is. In fact, yes. In fact, yes, yes. We are only using material which is not exploiting our environment anymore. We don't do this anymore. We are working now. The next step will be, for example, that we try to work with hemp. Yes, we need fibers, bamboo, sisal. All these things will be used in the next step of constructing our next printing project. And the process of certification of licenses concerning the use of these materials is pretty far. We are working with universities in Germany, very famous universities, Dresden, Aachen, Berlin, and they support us in getting this material really into a process which can be used as a printing material and which is working as we wish to do it. And we are pretty far, in fact. We are building, we are planning, or now the plans are already ready, and we are starting right away in printing a 3D building for the German Red Cross. And this will be this will be a 3-story building, much bigger, of course, than the one we have just built. And we try, of course, to use all the tools concerning environmental building, bioclimatic architecture, as you just asked about it.
Mm-hmm. So you have the support of the government, right? Did we get a funding at first?
Yes.
Immediately when they saw the project, you get a funding. How it was? How difficult it was to convince them?
George tells me we got 200,000 euros for our first project from the German government, and we had a lot of sponsors from the local industries here, who everyone wanted to participate into this project. Windows, kitchen, ceilings, whatever, electricity. So that was pretty good.
So many key stakeholders believed in you, actually, eh?
Yes, they do. Yeah, yes, they do. And I think hope you will visit us and look at this building. It's very aesthetic. It has a lot of elements of Bauhaus. I think you know about Bauhaus. And form follows function. It's elegant and it's curvy. I like it.
I think it will be my next visit to Germany.
Of course. Always welcome. Yes, we are happy to see alle, Sie kommen uns besuchen. Ne? Mm-hmm. Okay.
He has invited me there, and I will be very happy.
Yes, we had a lot of guests here, a lot of visitors all around the world, and we are always happy, especially George is always happy to meet Greek fellows.
So it works like a tourist location? How do visitors come?
Pardon? Can you repeat this question?
How do visitors come? It works like a tourist location?
Yes, we had the house was open for visiting groups, and also wir haben Besuchergruppen durchgeführt durch das Haus, and there were many groups from I think all over the world, even from Taiwan and Japan, and they came to take a look at this building, and we could show them the special gimmicks of this house. Yes, and it's still possible. It's still possible for 1 month, and then, as I told you, a family will move in to live in this home. But nevertheless, we are still able, of course, to show special guests this home, of course. Yes.
Amazing. So what about the aesthetic qualities of the house? I mean, we can combine 3D printing and at the same time aesthetic qualities. I have seen, I will try again to share the photos. It's possible, no, it is disabled.
Yeah, as I told you, of course.
There is a harmony inside the interior,
yes.
so the harmony synthesis and what
it's a bit organic, you know, because we have it's curvy. It's the printing process has been curvy, and as I told you, we the architect who planned this home, our architect, he had a lot of ideas about Bauhaus, and he wanted a very elegant structure, a clear structure, and yeah, of course, it's not like the Parthenon. It's something different. Yes, and as you know, some people like it. Other people have another style of living. But that's not a problem. The printer can print what you want. So when you have a special plan of printing, you can print everything.
And after printing, you can add any aesthetic, you can any other intervention.
Yes, you can, of course.
Did you have the help of any decorator, of any artist about this? Did you have any counselor about aesthetic? It was completely your own project, your own model.
Yes, it was our own model. We only had it's George, a friend of George, an architect, a local architect, and it was also his first project concerning a 3D home, and it worked. Yeah, but we had no further artists or something else. No.
So who designed this model? Who was the first designer of this?
That is an architect. Wie heißt der nochmal? Kochte. Yeah. Yeah. It's a local office here of architects. They call themselves Mense Kochte, and they are constructing schools and homes and police stations, everything. And they also constructed this or made the plans for building this house.
Now tell me how 3D printing is related to the. Tell me.
George has to add something. Yeah.
Ich habe das überlegt, meine Idee, welche Leute kann die zusammen was bringen? Die passenden Leute zusammengebracht, deswegen ist das so schon ein Projekt rausgekommen.
Also, okay. Also George also has a few ideas about the style of the building, and he talked to the architects and said, this would be my idea, and then they planned it together. Yeah.
Okay, so it was a teamwork actually.
Yes, it's always a teamwork. Everything is a teamwork here. Yes.
Yes, and what are the qualities of a good collaborator for you? I mean, you are three, but in general, you have many other collaborators, I think external collaborators. What should be the qualities of a good collaborator?
I think you would think the same. Team building is and a good team is the most important thing. Also concerning this this prototype of house, if we hadn't had such a good friendship and a good team, we would never have succeeded in building this home, because every one of us had his own task. Everyone, even an ophthalmologist like me, I had my own task, and everyone had his homework to do. And he's the boss. George is the boss. He's the one who has always everything in his hands, and that is also very important, that you have one person who says, okay, where I am is the front. Where I am is I'm in the front, and then follow me, please. This works. This works. Yeah.
Okay, but I'm sure that you have some difficulties. What are the difficulties that you faced during this process? The main difficulties during the 3D printing process, during this first
Yes, we had difficulties. Wir hatten auch Schwierigkeiten. Ne? One difficulties was that the machinery, for example, wasn't wasn't ready to use. We had always to ask about the printer. Where is the printer? When will the printer come? We had to. It had been delivered. It has been delivered from Denmark, and it had to be constructed, and so there were of course problems. But nevertheless, the whole construction process lasted overall from the beginning to the end 6 months, and then everything was ready. So,
wenn auch Probleme war, haben wir gezeigt, dass es keine Probleme gibt, weil wir haben das fertig.
Yeah, das ist George adds. You see, our house is ready. It's so there can't have been big problems because it was very fast, and maybe we were lucky. I don't know. But it's no miracle building such a what's this? Well, okay. It's no miracle printing a 3D home, I can tell you.
It's actually a miracle, yes. You know how 3D printing is related to nanotechnology. I mean, there are nanotechnological components such as nanoclays and PCBs that have been used in printing.
Yeah. Okay. We are using, or we are our next project will be using nanotechnology for example, self-sufficient forms of energy. We try to have a totally new form of energy storage, energy production, and using it for our new project. So nanotechnology is in fact a theme in our innovative center. Yes, and we have a very interesting partner who is already in the production process now for special tiles, for example, saving energy and bringing energy into our home in form of heating and also cooling. Both ways are possible.
Mm-hmm. I think now it's time to try to share some photos here.
Fotos zeigen. Irgendwie sind jetzt ungefähr hier.
Mhm.
Okay, can you see, George? You can
yeah.
see photos? Yes, it is amazing. We can see here.
Yes, welcome to our home. Maybe,
Frank,
for example,
yes, can you describe
when you see
us
the oven, even the oven has been printed. You see,
yeah, everything.
Everything has been printed. Yes, the bathtub has been printed. It's funny.
Yes, let me see here. Awesome.
Yeah, this is the living room, the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Now we are on the first floor. Ja. Die habe ich gerade schon gesagt, die Badewanne ist auch ne?
Here is
construction site.
Which stage?
Yeah, this is right at the beginning. The ground plate has been produced, and this is the first before the printing process started.
Before, okay.
There is a steel construction. There is a steel construction around the building site, and the printer is hanging in this steel construction, and then the process can start.
Mm-hmm. And here it's.
Yeah, here you see the printer, of course, already in action. And as I told you, there are a lot of people always watching but not working. That is Yeah, here now the yeah, that is the new printer. Yes.
I think that I know that you have received Innovation Award for this incredible work. It's true, but I think you deserve hundreds of awards about this. When did you get the award of innovation? By which institution?
Yes, I think George always is. He's a very modest guy, as you know, and he always says, "No, this award is not mine. It's the award for the whole team." And yes, in fact, I have not a Red Dot Award. I have no idea about these what they are called. I'm not so much. I must apologize. I'm not so much interested in these things. But yes, we have 2 or 3 statues in our office. Yes. Mm.
You deserve hundreds.
No, I don't think so. But it's, as I told you, printing is no miracle. I think the most important thing is team building. You need the right persons at the right place, and that's something I'm always wondering about how George is able to pull all these things together and to find all these people. Is incredible. He's an incredible guy. Yeah, I must really admit, and I'm happy to have him as a friend, really.
I fully agree, and I'm very, very happy and honored that he's a very good friend of mine. And shortly I will connect with him here in Athens, because George, when you come into Athens?
Yes, here's my flights tickets.
Next week?
Yeah.
I'm very happy we will connect in person. What were the reactions of people? I mean, of customers? How have they embraced all these efforts? Do you think that you will have a lot of sales? How do you think the commercial part? How it's going? How customers have embraced this effort?
Please, the acoustics is not that good.
Yes, how customers have embraced this effort? Customers, I mean, the future clients.
Oh, I think that 3D printing will have a big future. We think this, and that many people are very much interested in this subject. Right away, 2 weeks ago, we had an Egyptian delegation in our office who are very much interested in printing 3D homes in a very high number. And as I told you, we have also interesting contacts from Southeast Asia. It will be, I think this technique will be widespread in the near future. Yes.
You think that this will be the future of the architecture? Maybe the new trend in architecture?
I think so.
3D printing houses will be more widespread in the future, right?
Yes, I think so. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yesterday, remember, George sent me something very, very extraordinary. He sent me a video clip of a flying car. I'm telling the truth. It was a flying car, and he told me that he will be involved also in 3D printing flying car projects. So I replied to him, and I told him that he will become the new Elon Musk. Like this.
Hast du ihr das geschickt mit dem fliegenden Auto? Ja. Yeah.
How possible and feasible is this project to combine a flying car and 3D printing? How feasible is this?
Okay, the idea is, of course, not new, there are already existing flying cars, even in a James Bond film, I think 20 or 30 years ago. I think it was Scaramanga, the Golden Colt. But nevertheless, we have a partner who is using our printer for printing special materials which he needs for the construction of flying cars or special manned or unmanned drones, for example. And the idea of printing or the printing itself is not only printing 3D homes. You can print everything. And why not printing, for example, a wing or a special structure who is able to fly? And there we have a partner who is very much interested and who has a lot of ideas and even a lot of patents already. And he is very fine. We are, as our innovative center, we are supporting him.
Great, wonderful. So what are your future plans? I mean, the short-term plans now. Your next, immediately, next project.
Okay, as I told you, our next concrete project is, of course, printing a new building with a very, very high standard of ecological footprint. And then, of course, building will be our idea for the future, building, and also cultivating partnerships. We are very happy about contacts all over the world, and it's interesting to meet people like you, for example. It's the first time that we talk together today, and I think this is very, very important also for working together and for building up a peaceful world.
Mm-hmm. And I saw George send me some 3D models of 3D printing country houses in Greek islands. So are you planning to expand these models in Greece or in other countries?
Geht es diese griechischen Häuser?
Also in Griechenland bin ich mit der Universität in Thessaloniki in Kontakt wegen der Statik.
Ja.
Und wir planen auch in der Insel kleine Projekte.
Gut. Yeah, George confirms your question. He is in contact with the University of Thessaloniki, and they are planning together a few smaller projects of printing 3D homes on Greek islands. Yes.
And I have seen some amazing photos. In which island, Giorgio? In Greece?
Welches Island? Welche Insel?
Santorini.
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 Und Kreta.
So,
und Kreta. And Crete. Kreta.
Are people
Crete.
there? Are Greeks are enthusiastic about this project? How did you find this
Wie denken die Leute da?
clients there?
Sind die alle begeistert? Aber wenn die noch begeistert, wenn das erstmal steht.
Also George says that the people are very enthusiastic about these projects, and he promises that they will be even more enthusiastic when they have been constructed and printed.
Yes, you know, George is Greek, but he lives in Germany, and I know he loves Greece, and I know his dream is to expand this in Greece. So we will be able to have a similar model here in Greece, George. We will be able to have this. Are you planning to create a similar model in Greece?
Du planst ja auch ähnliche Geschichten in Griechenland, ne? Ja. Yeah, yes, he does, in fact. And of course, it's his home country and he loves Greece. And therefore, he's very, very much interested in printing 3D projects in Greece. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Maybe in other countries. Are you exploring other countries also?
Pardon? Can you repeat your question?
Are you exploring other countries also, apart from Greece and Germany?
Yes, for example, Egypt. The Middle East and Egypt, yes.
Mm-hmm. So now what do you think? You know, IIU has a big audience of educators, and recently IIU support always innovation in STEM education. It has launched a new pioneering program about setting up STEM labs in thousands of schools in India. So it's a very pioneering program. So what do you think about STEM education and 3D printing should be integrated in the learning process or in the school curriculum? And what kind of skills students could develop through their involvement in STEM?
That is a very interesting question. a colleague of our innovative team, Dr. Reinhold Fesky, is also a member of our innovative center. Maybe you see Krassenstein Castle in the background on the photograph. That is our, in fact, this old castle, although it's old, is our headquarter of the innovative center. And he is in a very, very close contact to Nigeria. And there is a very, very special project concerning tiny houses, printing tiny houses in a series. And this could be also an interesting project, for example, or an interesting idea in India. And of course, we are we hope that these things will be part, of course, of a curriculum of students in the MINT technologies. And maybe you see here is this is, for example, a model of a 3D tiny house, which can be very easily printed. And of course, this has also been printed. This is a printed model, of course, and these are our first attempts to do something like this in a bigger scale. And it would be great if universities and schools would do more concerning this learn process in their curricula. Yes.
Yes, because students will be able to get involved in hands-on experiments, hands-on activities. They will develop critical thinking skills, problem-solving skills. They will become out-of-the-box thinkers and creators.
Great.
It's very important because I think still in many countries, disciplines and in general science is taught in an old traditional way. So I think it's time that we turn a page and go further and take advantage of these new technological breakthroughs and integrate them into school curriculum. Of course, this needs training. I mean, can you give us an advice for a teacher who is a novice, who is a beginner and wants to learn 3D printing in order to implement it in classroom? What kind of training does he need? I mean, how much time, how difficult it is for an educator who is a beginner?
In fact, I didn't. I have no concrete idea about this. I should. It's a very spontaneous question now.
Okay, for someone who is a beginner and doesn't know anything about 3D printing.
Okay.
How difficult it is to learn about
this. This proposal is good. Okay.
To learn design, of course, to learn design and to learn all this. How difficult it is.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you think? It's what kind of training someone needs in order to learn 3D printing?
Was würdest du sagen, wenn jemand Drucktechnologien lernen will? Was muss er machen eigentlich?
Einfach machen und lernen.
Ich kann jetzt nicht sagen, ich muss das schon ein bisschen konkreter.
Kann der zu uns kommen und wir können den beibringen mit
Now, for example, it's very easy. Of course, if there are persons who are interested in learning about these techniques and learning about programming a printer and all that stuff, they can visit us in our innovative center. You just showed a photograph of our newest printer, which will be the next printer which we have here. And then I think within 2 weeks, an interested person has learned a lot about this material. Because we are when we perform the printing process of our 3D home here, we had students from the university who were dealing with IT, and it was very easy for them to work with the printer. And the second person which we needed was someone who was able to work with the machinery concerning the material, and that's all. So it's not, it's easy. It's even easy for an ophthalmologist.
Okay. Okay, can you explain us now how this is counting your life, how from ophthalmologist you become attracted by 3D printing? How did this happen in your life? You're
Oh, it was
ophthalmologist,
because of the
but
friendship
now...
of no, it was the friendship to George. He always told me about about his jobs, about his profession, and his love of doing something. And I always try to explain something about ophthalmology to him. He doesn't understand, but I understood how printing works. And it's I don't know. It's just leave it.
Okay. So how do you feel now that you have achieved something so innovative in this house? I mean, what are your feelings, Frank? What are your feelings, George? What are your feelings?
Was sind deine Gefühle nochmal? Du bist glücklich eigentlich, dass das, ja.
Ich bin glücklich, dass der erstmal schon der erste steht. Das zweite Projekt ist das der Deutsche Rote Kreuz, weiß nicht, wenn wir davon gesprochen haben.
Habe ich mehr als angesprochen, ja.
Und der Ziel ist, dass wir die neue Technologie im Prinzip voranzubringen.
Also, George is, of course, he's happy. He's happy that his idea of printing a 3D home worked, but he's eager and he's very, very much interested in continuing the process. He just doesn't want to stop now. His idea is, of course, to continue now and in a clear aspect of ecological printing, an ecological printing process using the newest technologies. You asked us about nanotechnology, for example, and also using possibilities. For example, I'm going to give you an example. Can you imagine that you, for example, paint your home by using a drone? You can do this already. We are able to perform this already. We don't need a hand or a man or several men and women painting their home. No, we have a drone which is doing this. Yeah, and techniques allow us so many things right now, and we try to keep this process rolling, and we try to use these ideas by finding people who work together with us in our innovative center and who are able then to form a team which solves these problems, these ideas we have.
Yes. And what are your messages to all those youth or future engineers who want to get involved in such creative innovative projects? What are your messages to these young entrepreneurs, young
we don't have a special message. Our only message would be, and that is, please contact us. If you have any questions, you can contact us. You can contact our innovative center, and we try to give you an answer, and we try to help you because it's fun.
Okay, I could say that the message today is that the power of human mind and the power of will is limitless, because we can create everything if there is a spark of creativity, of innovative mindset, and of course, hard work. Let's not forget about hard work. Have you anything to comment? Because we are on the verge of closing our session. George or Frank, do you have anything?
Möchtest du noch eine Grüße bringen?
Ja, ich wollte unsere Zuschauer alle eine Danke sagen. Und ich hoffe, dass wir noch mehr Neuigkeiten auch rauszeigen können.
Also, George and me send greetings to your audience. Thank you very much to your nice interview, and we hope to meet soon.
How people can find you?
Oh, das sind unsere Adressen. Wie finden Sie uns?
Ja, wir haben schon auf der Flyer die E-Mail-Adresse.
Yeah, we have our email address on the flyer. I think you got it.
info@staikos.de.
Yes, and info@staikos.de. Maybe you have this brochure And on the back side, you will find a lot of addresses. Just look at Innovative Center Westfalen GmbH.
Yes, I will post on the page of IIU the link of your videos in order for the audience to see, also to watch this amazing project, and more details in case they want to contact with you. Really, I can't thank you enough. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for honoring us with your presence today, for enlightening us so much about all these unknown things, and most people don't know about things. I didn't know that there is a 3D printing house in Europe. Very recently, I learned about this. Thank you. Thank you very much on behalf of IIU. And Georgia and Franca, I will see you very soon in Athens.
Yes.
Greece, next week. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching us today. I'm sure that you have learned a lot. It was a very fruitful, I think, very revelating discussion. Thank you very much. See you very soon in our next session. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye-bye.